Self-worth by definition is knowing your own value without having to earn it or prove it. It's your host, Angelina, here to guide you on the worthy journey where you finally stop seeking validation and start owning your power. Ready to level up? Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Worthy Journey and thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm so grateful you're here. If you've been listening, I just want to say how much I appreciate you. And if you're new, welcome. I'm so glad you've joined us. I want to invite you to be part of this conversation. If there's a question on your heart, a challenge you're facing, or a topic you want more clarity on, I want to hear it. You can leave a comment right here on the podcast or send me a DM on any of my socials at The Self-Worthy Coach. This space is for you. I'd love to include your voice in future episodes. All right, now today's episode is close to my heart because this is the number one thing my clients come to me struggling with. And honestly, it used to be my struggle too, so it just might be the thing that you need to hear right now. If you've ever thought, why am I not happy when my life is so great? This episode is for you. This goes beyond just feel-good advice. It's the kind of conversation that might stir up some feelings, maybe even challenge some beliefs you didn't realize were holding you back. If you stick with me until the very end, I promise you'll come away with a fresh perspective on why that dull emptiness might be showing up in your life and what you can really do about it to start feeling good now. But first, I have a quick ask. If this show speaks to you, it would mean the world to me if you hit subscribe. This podcast is my love letter to everyone who's healing, growing, and stepping into their worth. You're not just hitting subscribe. You're saying yes to your own healing, your own growth, and your transformation. And you're allowing me to keep doing this work that I am so passionate about doing, and I'm so honored to share with you. So if you're ready, let's get into it. I'm going to start by telling you a story that honestly, I'm a little embarrassed to tell you. And no, it's not the time when I was 4 years old in a hardware store and I ran up to a random old man with my arms wide open, screaming, "Santa!" at the top of my lungs. He was not, in fact, Santa. He wasn't even wearing red, just an innocent man trying to buy a screwdriver. So although it's a true story, it's not that one. This is a little more vulnerable, a little more uncomfortable, but there's a powerful lesson behind it. When I went out of the country for the first time, I went on a dream trip to Europe with my incredible partner, Adrian. I mean, this was a literal dream vacation. Snow-capped mountains, luxurious hotels in Madrid, dancing in tiny European village squares, sipping wine by the sea, which is a view that I had on my vision board 5 years earlier. And yet I was staring at this breathtaking view of the sea thinking, why am I not crying tears of joy right now? On the plane ride home, I started journaling to process my emotions. This is something that I've always found very healing. And I remember writing, why do I feel so empty? And immediately I felt guilty, I felt ashamed, I felt ungrateful. I can even feel it now. Like, what's wrong with me? I was supposed to be over the moon grateful for this. I've been wanting this forever. This is everything I've wanted, so why does it feel so hollow? It hit me hard that I was living the life of my dream, but I didn't feel like I was in it. I had everything I thought I needed to feel fulfilled, and yet something was missing. And the worst part is that I judged myself for feeling that way. I felt guilty for not feeling happier, but I couldn't help what I felt. In that moment, I realized something that shook me to the core. I can be in the most beautiful place with the most amazing person, living the life I once dreamed of, and still feel empty if I'm not at peace within myself. There was this emptiness inside of me that followed me everywhere I went, and I couldn't escape from it. That hollow feeling, it was my trauma. I was carrying my emotional baggage with me. Have you ever experienced something like that? You finally take the trip that you've been planning for months, and a few days in, it doesn't feel much different than when you were at home. Or you buy the thing that you've been obsessing over, and it quickly loses its magic. Or maybe you enter the healthy relationship you've always wanted, but it doesn't complete you like you hoped. You might even feel worse because now you've run out of excuses as to why you're not fulfilled. That's what it felt like for me. I felt this dull emptiness even when I had everything that I thought would make me happy. I was doing all the right things: therapy, yoga, meditation, exercise, discussing green juice, but no matter what I did, I still woke up every day asking myself why I wasn't happy. Eventually, I realized that nothing would work until I healed the part of me that believed I wasn't enough. It was like trying to fill a bucket with a hole at the bottom. Sure, the meditation and self-care, it might help a little, but nothing will change much until you fix the root problem. And let me save you 5 years of therapy. The root problem is self-worth, and whatever trauma made you believe the lie that you're not good enough and you need something outside of yourself to have value. Now, I want to make something very clear here, and this might be controversial, but I truly, wholeheartedly believe that you should still want those external things because we're meant to want more. It's okay to want more. It's not greedy. Now, before you cancel me, let me explain. Wallace D. Wattles, he is the author of The Science of Getting Rich. And it's one of the books that changed my life, and I continue to read it every single day. He says our deepest, most positive desires are signals from God, universe, source, energy, or whatever you want to call the higher power. It guides us towards our purpose and expansions. I know, this is getting philosophical and woo-woo, and I might sound like an 85-year-old monk trapped in a 4'11" woman's body, but stick with me because this can totally change how you see happiness. So anyway, God created the world but can't experience it because he's a formless substance. He experiences life through us because he lives within all of us. Desire is how divine expresses itself through us, and it guides us towards expansion. All life is either growing or dying. It's our human nature to want to grow, to expand, to create. He creates through us. That's why we are creators and why we have creative ideas from him. If we didn't have desire, we would never want to grow. It's the universe's way of helping us grow into the best version of ourselves to fulfill our purpose. But hear me out when I say this. It's not the material thing or the achievement that we're really after. That's just a symbol for the feeling we think it will give us. Peace, joy, confidence, freedom, worthiness. It's who we become in the pursuit of those desires that matters the most. Here's the tricky part. If you believe you'll only feel fulfilled once you get that thing, you're going to be chasing forever. If happiness is always in the future, it will always be in the future because fulfillment is an inside job. Let me give you an example. One of my mentors is Jay Shetty. I actually got my coaching certification through his academy. So he was a former monk, now coach to celebrities, multimillionaire, author. His work has impacted billions of people. And if he never followed his calling or built wealth, he wouldn't have been able to help the way he has today. If he had stayed a monk, which is a beautiful path, by the way, but he would have served, he wouldn't have had the impact that he does now. I mean, this man donates millions of dollars to charities every year. He would never have been able to donate that much money if he didn't grow or expand. And yeah, he might drive a Bentley and wear Prada, but that's just eating the fruits of his labor. It's not everything. It's the sprinkles on top of the cupcake, and I will explain that more later. But in order to develop our soul, mind, body, we need to make use of things. And since society has agreed that people need money to possess things, then the only way we can grow to our full potential is by mastering the science of getting rich. I think this is where a lot of people get confused and have negative beliefs about money. Money is bad or it's selfish to want more. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but I personally disagree. Money just amplifies who you already are. And money is energy. You provide your time, services, products, whatever it is, to help others, and the exchange for that is money. So money is really just a resource and energy exchange for service. If you look at everything in nature, the universe works in abundance. So there is no limit to what you can have. So it's not selfish to eat the fruits of your labor. But I also want to be clear here. It's not about the money or the luxury. It's about purpose, impact, and the version of you that had to grow into that. Here's why so many people get stuck. We chase the symbol, the house, the partner, the body, instead of doing the deep work to become the person who's already fulfilled before any of that arrives. When you attach your happiness to outcomes, you're building your joy on sand, because once you get that thing, fear creeps in. What if I lose it? What if it's not enough? What if it gets damaged? So here's what I want you to know. It's okay to want the beautiful life. Just don't believe it's the source of your worth. Think of it like sprinkles on the cupcake. They're sweet, they're cute, they add a lot of joy. But if you try to eat a whole bowl of sprinkles alone, you're going to feel sick. It's not satisfying because the foundation isn't there. Fulfillment doesn't come from what you have. It comes from who you're being and how present, grateful, and alive you feel in the now. So how do we actually build that fulfillment? 2 words: daily gratitude. And no, I don't mean the cute gratitude list that you do once a month. I mean training your brain to live in appreciation. There are so many ways to do this. Journaling, speaking it out loud, meditating. Einstein used to say 100 things he was grateful for before he even left the bathroom in the morning. One of my favorite practices is the priming meditation by Tony Robbins. It's on YouTube. It's under 15 minutes. You breathe, recall 3 memories you're grateful for, and then visualize your future life. There are millions of things to be grateful for. I mean, truly the smallest of things. One of my coaches told me that on the days that you wake up in a bad mood and it's tough to be grateful, try to be grateful for the smallest of things in the present moment. Everything you can see around you, imagine what it would be like if you didn't have those tiny things, how much of a difference it would make in your life. And then all of a sudden you start to get overfilled with gratitude. This might sound silly, but let me give you some examples of the smallest things that you can be grateful for. So if I'm journaling in the morning, I could write that I'm grateful for the pen and the ink and the plastic thing holding the pen, and then the paper, the tree that the paper came from. Or if I'm sitting in bed, then I'm thankful for the sheets and the pillowcase and the mattress and the bed frame and the floor that holds that up. And I'm grateful for shelter. Like, imagine if I didn't have that. There are so many people that don't have that. I know. It sounds so silly because there are so many things that we don't think of. And these tiny things, we take them for granted. Like, imagine what it would be like if I didn't have this comfy bed or home to keep me safe. And I'm grateful for so much bigger things, like waking up another day next to the love of my life, for my health, for all of my working body parts and my senses. How different would my life be if I didn't have my 5 senses? The truth is, there is someone out there that's praying for what you already have. So I promise you, there are so many things to be grateful for. And when you practice this, your brain cannot process gratitude and anxiety at the same time. It's neurologically impossible. Here's the neuroscience behind it. Your brain has a limited capacity to process conflicting emotions because they activate different neural pathways in the brain. It reduces stress hormones like cortisol, and then it promotes endorphins, which are just happy hormones. And the more you practice this feeling, the stronger those neural pathways get, and the weaker the negative thoughts get when you starve them. This is because repetition literally rewires your brain. Your brain is like a garden. If you water positive thoughts, they will grow and get stronger. If you starve the negative ones, then they will get weak and they literally wither away. So you can do this by training your mind to wake up feeling happy every single day by consistently practicing gratitude first thing when you wake up. So if it's going to be a good day or a bad day, it's not happening by chance, it's happening by choice. And the beautiful thing is that you get to choose this again every single morning. Now, to bring this home, you are allowed to want more. You're allowed to create an abundant life. You're allowed to have dreams that scare you and they excite you. Just don't wait until you feel fulfilled to get there. Because the truth is, you're already worthy. And the more that you connect to that truth, the more joy, success, love, and abundance you'll feel. That's how you live the worthy journey. And if everything I shared today hit close to home, if you're doing all the right things but still feel this dull emptiness, I want you to know that you don't have to carry that alone. I'm currently offering a few one-on-one coaching sessions to anyone who's really struggling with this and wants personalized support. No pressure, just a powerful conversation to help you reconnect with your worth and start creating the life of fulfillment that you're craving from the inside out. If that sounds like something you need, visit theselfworthycoach.com. I'll be honored to hold space for you. You are worthy of feeling alive. You are worthy of a life that doesn't just look good, but it feels good. And you don't have to wait for it. You get to start today. So I want to thank you for being here today. If this episode moved you, I would love if you shared it with a friend or left a review. And as always, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at The Self-Worthy Coach. My DMs are always open. I love hearing your stories and I reply to everybody who reaches out. Truly, you are never alone on this journey. I'll talk to you in the next episode where we'll dive deep into why you might be doubting yourself even when you have every reason to feel confident, and how to finally break that cycle. You're not going to want to miss it. Until then, stay worthy. Disclaimer, this content shared in the podcast is for educational and inspirational purposes only. It's not a substitute for professional advice, therapy, medical treatment, or mental health services. Please seek support from a qualified professional if you need it. Got it? Good. I'll see you in the next episode.